Hey live, hey world. So I wanted to talk about my experiences during COVID and my experiences of calling 911 in Portland and other experiences across the country, coast to coast, of how elected officials aren't handling the people of their community. And how every community is handling COVID different, and the wearing of the masks. I walked into Dick's Sporting Goods. Totally forgot to put my mask on. I had it dangling from my ear. Didn't get it all the way up. No one said anything to me. Today at the dispensary, the guy opened the door with no mask. I said, do we not have to wear one? He goes, no, if you don't want to. The girl that was sitting behind the front desk, she had a mask. The guy, he did not. And they walked me around to the bud tender. She didn't have a mask on either. In Melbourne at a gas station, you don't have to wear masks. But then you go down the road to Walmart and you have to have a mask on. If you go to Publix, you gotta have a mask. And of course, Advance Auto Parts had to have a mask. But another Advance Auto Parts, it was optional. Manager didn't have one. So it's very amazing to see that we're in COVID crisis, pandemic, worldwide, and we're all handling things differently. When it was clearly advised that we had to have a mask. So do we or don't we? Is it just up to us? We don't know. But I'm starting to think that COVID is not what COVID is. Actually, I'm seeing that it isn't. So 2 weeks ago, we were in Portland, Oregon. And Monday night, Dustin came to our hotel room really late. He said some other guests that were staying at the hotel were in the gazebo smoking weed and smoking cigarettes. And he was waiting for them to go in the hotel before he came in the hotel. He said there was a third person with him and he was on a bike. Well, the next morning when we went down to the truck, we were cleaned out. I searched, I looked, didn't see any of my stuff. I think I can pinpoint who took it. After calling 911 70 times, goes to an answering machine. Tells you not to hang up if you're in dire straits. Well, if I'm in dire straits, would I not be calling 911? So why the hell you put me on hold? When the officer called me back, he told me that it's COVID and they're having protests and he doesn't feel comfortable coming over. I said, sir, my daddy's ashes were stolen. You gotta come over. That was, I don't know, 7:43, 8:15. The cop showed up, it was almost noon. It's a long time to be waiting for 911 when checkout time at the hotel was 11. So, Publix water was stolen, Dustin's tools, Dustin's tool bag, our raft, our two oars, my sneakers, Dustin's sneakers, a bag with my traveling blender and all of the Thrive shakes, all of them. Cafe, Activate, Boost, vanilla powder, protein, chocolate powdered protein, strawberry, 2 apple pies were in there. Somehow they got into the truck. They took my purse, my mom bag, I had my wallet in it with a couple extra credit cards that I haven't used or been using during COVID. All of Gavin's battery chargers. And if anybody knows us, you know that Mommy carries 5 of these things in my purse. And one of them stays in Gavin's backpack. And thank God one of them stayed in Gavin's backpack. Because you know how many we own now? 1. They took a geek mod that we had just bought like 4 days before. Not a cheap buy. And then they took a church vape cart. THC vape cart. I don't know. That was $80. Yet they're still protesting and still rioting. I've called a couple of different news stations in Florida and in Portland. No one's interested. I called the hotel back the next day and I asked the hotel how safe the hotel was. She said it's safe. I said that's funny because we got robbed last night, but when we called to check in, Holly told us if it was safe. People need to handle this. Trump needs to get people in and they're taking care of this. This should not be happening. People should not be looting and rioting and protesting. They should not. And everybody says if he does anything else, it's going to be against what he's allowed to do. And it's going to be like Hitler. Well, come on. They're tearing the streets up. Tearing it up. Stealing shit out of people's trucks. It's disgusting. And when I was showing the cop looking for the picture of my dad's box, he was loading back in his police car. He wouldn't even give me the affirmation to finish looking for the picture. I'm a new iPhone user. Can't find pictures through this phone very easily. I guess I was just really hurt that nobody wanted to hear this. None of the people that I've reached out to gave a shit. It's heartbreaking. Thanks for listening.